So next up on character opinion videos, I'm gonna do Kev and V together because they're a couple and they're pretty much the only ones that stayed a couple the entire series. Yes, they had their ups and downs, and yes, they had a third for a while, but so Kev started out stupid, cute, adorable. I just can't explain how fucking cute this man was. Um, they also portrayed him to be very dumb. Um, and I don't mean that in like a negative. Well, it's a bad word, but they portrayed him to be that way. But his love for Veronica was like perfect. I want their sex life. V started out very fun, wild, crazy, nurse, or like a nurse hospital kind of thing. She worked in a nursing hospital or nursing home. I'm not sure 100% the technical term, but she was like street smart, knew how to fix anything up as far as like illnesses and injury wise. They were a good fucking couple for like at the start. And then they had kids. Well, they were started to try to have kids. Actually, let's go further. I mean, before that, when they fostered Ethel and her son, who was like a 13-year-old girl or 12-year-old girl, who lived in a cult and ended up having a son by like a super old man. Yes, V was like super against it. She didn't want the kids, like blah blah blah. But then you could tell she came to love Ethel. And when she ran away and V like was cold about it, you knew she was hiding hard. Like she felt betrayed. She felt hurt. I would too. But there's nothing much you can do about it at that point. And it was like such a heartbreaking moment because she had to hide that she felt anything. And Kev, that was his chance at having a kid. He wanted a kid. He's always wanted a kid. And for her to run away, it broke him, and he couldn't get past it for a minute. And Kev has had a big heart throughout this entire series when it came to Stan, came to Ethel, came to his kids, came to other characters. He's always had a big heart. Yes, he didn't always like sharing with the Gallaghers, but come on, do you want a family of 6 running up your bills? I don't. And then they go through the process of having kids. I know this is gonna sound really fucked up. I hate the fact that they made Kev sleep with her mom to get pregnant when she couldn't, or when they thought she couldn't. Why do I hate it so much? Because I think it's fucking gross. I could never forgive my parent if she had sex with my husband, even if it was for a good cause, for whatever. I could never. And I know it was V's idea, it was V's idea. I can never fucking no. I can't get back behind it. I can't. And then her keeping their son. I can't. That whole fucking storyline just made me uncomfortable and feel gross. I didn't like it. But them two having their kids. First it was triplets, but then they make the comment of Huey and Dewey ate Louie. Because it was twin absorption, so it was just weird. What the fuck was I saying? But anyway, so they had their kids, and Kev goes into daddy mode and doesn't pay much attention to V, and that V's not used to that. She's not used to not having the full attention, which I understand. I think I understand because I'm kind of going through that right now. I can't have certain things I want because I'm pregnant, and it's shutting. I don't feel like a person anymore, and I'm okay with that, but it's hard to accept. So I understand where she's coming from. And I haven't even had them yet. And I don't even have a partner to like go through this with. So I understand where she's coming from. But he goes into daddy mode and he's all about his twins, all about his girls. And she tells him, if you go up those steps to stop the babies from crying, like to take care of his babies, I'm not going to be here when you come back down. So she leaves him. And first she goes to Fiona's. Then she goes to the room above the alibi. And then Kev ends up leaving the house and goes to a college dorm where he fucks a bunch of women because he's under the assumption that they broke up. And she goes on a date with someone like they broke up. But then she's disgusted that he fucked a bunch of people. Yeah, I'd be disgusted too, but you brought it on yourself. But like, dude, you fucked a lot of people. That's kind of gross. Um. Anyway, um, in between this process, Svetlana moves into their house and gives Kevin head and gives V head at separate points in time, obviously, and takes over the wifely duties. And this is when Svetlana kind of becomes a third. One thing I will admit that I agree with V 100% on, he let Svetlana nurse the babies. I understand why nursing is important. I plan on nursing my child. But you never let another woman's breast in your child's mouth without consulting the mother. That is a hard fucking no. No. I understand wet nurses used to be a thing and all that stuff, and people do sell their breast milk to mothers, to all that stuff who can't nurse. And that's one thing when you go into it consensually, you know what you're putting in your baby's body. But when you just let somebody nurse your kid and not tell the other partner, no, that's fucking gross. And it's not gross because it's somebody else. It's gross because you did not share that information. You did not discuss it with your partner. You did not discuss it, even if he's not your partner, you did not discuss it with the father or the mother. Like, no, we don't play that fucking game. So anyway, long story short, Kev ends up moving back to the house, and they are in a throuple. They're raising Svetlana's son, Yevgeny, and their twins together. And it is just weird and chaotic. And I'm not opposed to thruples. Y'all got that? Have fun. But you knew from the fucking start, excuse me, that Svetlana was in charge. And she knows she's in charge. She tricks them into signing over the bar, into, like, she tricks them hard. And everything goes back and forth. There are moments when you think she's a good guy, then you straight know she's a bad guy. Like, she's always been conniving the entire time. But through it all, Kev and V stay strong, and they stay together, and they get back together, and they stay together. They get the bar back, but later in the series, V's mom ends up moving, and they help her move out of state. I forget which state. They help her move, and in the end of the episode, close to the end of the series, they decide to move up there too and sell the alibi, which I think would be good for them. And I think if they do a spin-off show, it should have been those two moved up there, like, living their life, occasionally seeing the Gallaghers come up or something like that. I think it would have been a great idea for a spin-off for them. But I think they get their happy ending. V is living up with her family. Kev is up. He's doing great as a bartender. The girls are happy, and he's going to get to be around his son more. Like, I think they got their good ending. So what are your thoughts on Kevin V from Shameless? Please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think.